Indiana County, WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, WCCSradio.com. And it's Friday morning. Sun is shining here in downtown Indiana. And on the line with us this morning is Klay S. Williams. He's in New York City. What's it like there today, Klay?
It is very cold, but the sun is also shining here as well.
Well, that's good. We'll take something like that in the middle of winter, won't we?
That's right.
Yes. Sunny day is just going to pick up your whole disposition. All right, Klay, we want to talk with you about something very, very important to a lot of us as we get onward in our years toward retirement. That day is not so far away for a lot of us.
Right.
And Klay says, don't just retire, rewire. We're going to find out what that means from him. Our visit this morning presented by Marcus & Mack, voted best law firm and best personal injury lawyer 3 years in a row in the Best of Indiana County contest. Visit them online, marcusandmack.com. Rewire, Klay, can we do that at this age?
Absolutely. It's the very best time to do that. And here are some three steps that you can do to mobilize yourself in retirement. So many people, Todd, have this identity reshuffle that needs to happen. For so many years, you've gone to an office, gone to your job, you've had this title. You focus so much on what that one role is. When we're thinking about what purpose in retirement could actually look like, or purpose in your next life chapter, let's look at the full continuum of your life. And what I mean by that is, what were your interests when you were 20, in your 30s, in your 40s? Were there creative passions that lie dormant? Were there interesting volunteerism things that you wanted to do? Were there other vocational aspirations? Because sometimes when we retire, we've left a job, but your whole entire life has been speaking to you. Purpose is never dead. And so when people get to the other side of their next life chapter, they're like, well, what is my purpose supposed to be? Your full life has been speaking to you. The second thing that might be helpful, and interrupt me if you have any questions, is in order to help support what your new realizations are, community, community, community. Mass Mutual has this full study out. 34% of retirees feel lonely in their retirement. So how can you even think about what's next around your next life chapter if you don't have community? Community is going to help support your ambitions. It's going to help support you think outside of the box, and help you get towards what that new next life chapter is. And my third point, which is very important, there's so much of society that tells you at this age you are supposed to behave like this. This is who you should be. This is where you should live. Release the shoulds. As we're getting older, and you brought up a really great point, by 2030, there are going to be more people 65 years of age and older than there will be children. The new longevity of older adults, it is here to stay. So what is it that is the song in your heart that you've been wanting to sing for a long time, but maybe didn't have the opportunity to? Society will tell you you're supposed to be this. The question is, what do you feel you're supposed to be, and go after that?
Klay, for so many people, it is a problem of being defined by the job that they've been doing, and your vocation actually defines who you are, and that's hard to break out of, isn't it?
It's extremely hard to break out of. One of the women from our pilot film, Just Beginning, she had the exact same issue. She spent her entire life as a medical technologist, and she did not know what life would then look like. We combed through her past, and we started to do some digging around her childhood aspirations, around college, around, midlife. And through line was theology. She is now retired from medical technology, and she's enrolled at Union Theological Seminary because we did some of that hard digging that you're talking about and looked and located what her passions have been for a long period of time.
Well, discovering your purpose and hers, I really admire that she's doing that, because that's discovering what God says is our purpose in life, and she's literally doing it. But for many people, they have spent their entire career dealing with people, and they get to this point where they say, I'm tired of dealing with people. I don't want to deal with people anymore. And yet there's Klay telling me community. I have to be involved with people. I have to engage with people. We have natural objections, don't we?
Absolutely. And so one of the things is this is just an invitation to discover what works for you. And so I just want to be clear. I'm not telling anyone that this is what you have to do. If you get to a certain point and the community aspect doesn't work for you, great. Whatever you want to do at this particular point, follow that insight. I'm just suggesting that if you feel a little bit lackluster and don't have that fulfillment, a lot of times our community can support us in getting reinvigorated and helping us discover a little bit more of what we want to do.
Yeah, when it gets right down to it, folks, they're going to discover that having people involved in your life, that's really what it's all about.
Amen.
Yeah, absolutely. So when we're looking for our purpose in life and we're thinking back on what might have interested us back 20, 30, even 40 years ago, what do people discover about themselves? Is it that they really had a specific thing that they wanted to do that they never did or got to do? Or is it just a general mindset that I would like to be involved in something that gets me to here in my life, to where I'm thinking about this for my life?
Todd, great question. So what we have found is that 6 in 10 of the clients that have come through our door, and even our field research for the pilot that we created, majority of them had someone tell them at one particular point in time, we're talking about the current generation, that they should be this. Their path is more successful if they become. And so for a lot of the baby boomer population, for many of them, their paths were sort of already predetermined by societal expectations, by family, by different cultural things within their lives. And so as we're combing back and looking, they're like, wait a minute, I actually became someone or something based off of a circumstance, not really what I wanted to do. And that is okay. The question is now, how do we take all of those experiences, because they are valuable, and utilize them to support what you want to do now?
Yeah. It's interesting. We had some school groups in here earlier this morning in the studio with us making their donations to our Teddy Bear Fund Drive on behalf of other children. Oh. One group had 3 senior high school girls in there, and I asked each of them, what are the plans? You're going to this school, you're going to be pursuing what as a career? And they told me, and it was interesting how they arrived at what it was that they wanted to do and what purpose they found in their life then. One of the young ladies, for instance, said that she had a body scan, and she was talking to the person who was conducting that body scan, and it led her to explore it as a possible career. And she's found a real joy in preparing for that, and she's going to go to school for that. That's her discovering her purpose. Can we, when we get to the age of 55, 60, 65, an age that you mentioned, can we rediscover that kind of a purpose? Can we actually rewire?
Absolutely, you can. One of the fundamental things that I have just discovered to be true, and we're seeing a lot of research on this, after the age of 60, and psychologists are now reporting on this, is when we get to a newer level of childhood-like sensibilities. And what that means is we're rediscovering aspects of our childhood that support us, that play, that leisure. It's the exact same kind of thing. It's taking a look at your life and having a little bit of fun with it and taking a little bit of the seriousness out of it to say, okay, what are experiences that I can utilize that are fun to help me process what it is that I want to do? And that's the invitation.
Yeah. I guess when you get to the retirement years of your life, you're removing obstacles, aren't you?
There you go. You're absolutely removing obstacles, and the invitation there is to give yourself permission to then do that. And sometimes when you're moving the obstacles, what you see are former person of who you used to be. And so you have to usually learn or relearn who you are at this particular point in time. If you live the life where you have been sort of focused in on other people's expectations, once you get clear about who you are at this particular point in time, a lot of the time, who you thought you were going to be is someone completely different.
Klay S. Williams with us here this morning on Indiana in the Morning. So, Klay, tell me about Just Beginning. What is that?
So it's a pilot film I'm so excited about. And what we've done, a good friend of mine said to me, you need to document all of this work you're doing with older adults. we've taken two retired women in their first year of retirement, protagonists, and we followed them through a full year of coaching. And the results are beyond incredible. We do a lot of work to help them see if there's healing that needs to take place from their childhood experiences, and we support them in understanding who they are right now. And so if anybody's listening is interested in that, they can go to justbeginning.info, and you'll get a chance to go through the assessments that we offer these two women protagonists, and also get to see if their stories align with some of the things that you're experiencing right now.
So you said justbeginning.info, right?
Yes.
Beautiful, beautiful. Klay S. Williams, thanks so much for spending some time with us this morning. It's been fun.
Thank you so much. You have brightened my day, and I look forward to coming back soon.
Hey, have a great day.
You too. Bye.
It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com.